So without further ado, welcome everybody to episode number 13 of You Can't Say That podcast, social 19 podcast about class culture and other topics. Today, of course, with the ladies, Darnisha and Joy. And we also are in a new location with some new friends of ours all the way from South Korea. We have MK Kim. Oh, I have you everyone muted. No, I don't. And then we also have Chris and Sam with us.
Chris Choi and Sam.
Yeah, so
Wait, hang on.
I'm MK Kim.
Hello, how are you?
So Chris and I are going to share the microphone today. And listen, it's lovely having both of you here. If anybody who watched class yesterday, we won't go through introductions. Well, we are going to introduce you quickly, or we're going to let you introduce Chris. But if you were watching class, you are quite well aware of who MK is. And if you have not watched class, then I would encourage you to go back and look at the class. But MK is just a fantastic motivational speaker, international speaker as of yesterday. And a motivator.
From yesterday.
Yeah. And an author, a best-selling author, and a CEO of multiple companies, but most importantly is a really kind, smart, and interesting human being. And your fans in South Korea already know that, and you have many, many fans, not only in South Korea, but all over the world. And you will be here in the U.S. You are here on tour and going to be speaking to some very, very significantly sized audiences, like 1,000 people or so. So it's really lovely having you here. And it's lovely, very meaningful for me to meet you and learn more about your work. But now you can introduce Chris, if you would.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, this is Chris.
Okay.
He's one of my staff, and he was my English teacher. Yeah, and then 2 years ago, and then I just decided to learn English. So, and then I met him. Somebody introduced me, and then I saw him. It's okay. Yeah, it looks good.
He's okay.
Yeah,
okay.
he's speaking very well, and actually he's Canadian. Korean Canadian.
Oh.
So yeah, Korean Canadian. So yeah, his English is really good, but most important thing, he is brain. Yeah, he's brain. He always thinking about the future of our company. So he always pushing me. He always pushing me. You must do this, okay? You must become a international motivational speaker. Why not? You just dominated the Korean market already. So there's nothing you can do about it. So go to the international market. He always push me. It's really great. It's like my manager, not my staffs. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I should say thank you. Yes, that's what I've been doing. Teaching her English and pushing her to the edge. to the edge. Here. Always. Yeah. So here we are.
I will just go back and forth with the microphones.
Okay.
And so I have a question for you. Let's go back to class yesterday. And what was your impression being there as a visitor?
Because I saw so many of your video clips back in Korea, and this was actually live. It was sort of surreal experience. Am I really here? To be able to listen to you live was interesting, and watching all the students react to MK was just fascinating experience. Yes.
Well,
it was really good.
It was good having you. It was good watching you walk around. And
I'm sure the energy was much different being in person than it is watching the videos.
Very different. Very different.
I was watching, we just watched it during our little break in between recordings, but we actually had a Korean dance group perform.
Yes.
And watching it on YouTube is great. Like, we can see how well they're doing.
That's right.
But to be there was so different. It was so, I think it was so much better, but hopefully we got across that feeling via the video.
100%.
But it's cool for the two of you and for everyone else who is involved with your staff to be there and actually see it in person. That's really cool.
Yeah, many of our viewers in Korea saw the live streaming, and they were saying the same thing. Yeah. Everything was really, really well staged and perfection. The dances, and it's really good experience.
That's the trio. The trio sitting right there that really runs it all, keeps it going. Hey, so Darnisha, speaking of the trio, what stood out for you? And as we're talking about Korea, what stands out for you as a young American? Joy spoke in class yesterday, so I wanted to get a chance to ask
Joy's
you.
Class, Joy, you really enjoyed it. I could really tell. Okay, so just thinking about yesterday's class, I think the performance most of all was the thing that stood out because they were really good. And I just sent the link to my friend so she could watch it with audio. And I know like she's going to enjoy that. She's always enjoyed K-pop. So I've always like known what it was in the back of my head. I never truly got into like K-pop groups and stuff. But now that like we've been talking about it more and more in class, I'm like, maybe I should.
Yeah.
It's about time.
Yeah.
It's about I need to catch the Korean wave.
That song was actually the first K-pop song I actually like sat down and listened to.
Oh,
so
really good, huh?
Yeah, it's
that's
really
the
catchy.
newest album, I think.
Yeah, that's
by BTS,
yep.
Yes.
Joy's looking at us like, oh my God, you guys are all so late.
Hey, so how about as Americans, right? How about the conversation that MK and I were having, and Chris, you could weigh in on this also about the difference between East Asian and Western cultures, and just the way of kind of self-promotion versus kind of taking a step back. What stood out in that conversation?
I would say the thing that stood out to me the most was the fact that in the past we've talked about the desexualization of Asian men and how K-pop is trying to, especially with bands like BTS, they're trying to combat that and kind of make it more, not to say their music is sexual, but at least they're trying to like bring Koreans to a place where everyone can agree that that is the new form of attractiveness and that is the new form of masculine. And so when you see the guys in makeup and they're dancing in ways that the macho men in America wouldn't do it, it's a really cool thing to see how times are changing and how people are going to start to evolve. So I thought that was really, really cool. And the main difference between it. And then also when you talked about women, go out and make your own money and spend your own money. It's just like, yes, that's what needs to happen. I have questions about the pay gap, but we can wait for that for a little bit later.
I mean, I'm looking at the tweets from yesterday. There's a lot of tweets just going like, yes, MK, tell us to make our money. It was great.
Chris, could you weigh in on the idea of the sexual or desexualization of men and sort of what makes for an ideal or attractive man in the world of K-pop and Hallyu culture?
This idea is not only new to the world, but also to Korean people as well. The definition of masculinity is changing, right? Macho type of men were always welcomed in Korea, in Korean culture. You have to be a guy, be a man. But now the clothing, makeup is quite normal thing for young people who are in their 20s and 30s. So you can see a lot of people wearing makeup these days. When I ride the subway in the morning, like I see guys with full makeup on. Yeah. And that's like a new thing here in Korea. So I think the definition is changing, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, it's changing not only about the outfit or looking, so it's also changing their lifestyle in Korea. So men, it's 50 years ago, men never go to kitchen doing something and then cook some. Then their mother said, "No, you never do that again because you're a man. You have your wife. Yeah, you know why you get married? Because she gonna cook for you. Yeah, so don't never do that again. So, but now." Yeah, we have really great TV show on TV. You know what is that? That is a cooking show. Cooking show is for men, with men. There are many men. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Very popular.
Very popular. So
Nowadays,
yeah.
yes.
So nowadays, yes,
They're
you
many.
beautiful man means, yeah, cook. Always cook. Okay, this one.
Is it? All right, hey, both. Okay, here we are. In the
goodness.
men in the
Only one. Only one.
in the men in the cooking show, are they kind of macho men? Are they what kind of men are?
Oh.
No, they're like good-looking guys, right? And they cook, and they're very popular
Yeah.
in Korea.
Yeah.
There are many shows like that.
Oh yes.
So the ladies in Korea love guys cooking
Cooking
for
right.
them.
Yeah. And
So it's a
looking
very
good and cooking good.
Cooking. So
Yes, that's
apparently-
perfect man.
Yes. So it used to be like money first, a background, family, and stuff like that. But now, number one is probably like cooking
Yeah.
and
Looking.
and someone who's funny,
Funny.
right?
Oh, yes, funny.
and obviously the appearance a little bit. Yeah. So the cooking is way up there now. Way up there.
Is mukbang still a really big thing?
Still
Oh,
very big
Do
thing.
you know
Mukbang.
that? The mukbang?
Oh, of course I know what that is.
Wow.
Mostly because of that dude right over there.
You're really big fan of Korea, huh? Oh, wow.
Yeah, mukbang is still a big thing in
Yeah.
Korea.
I want to start my own mukbang channel.
Now there's people who use
God.
mukbang for ASMR. If you've heard of ASMR,
Uh-huh.
and so they'll eat in front of their microphones.
Yeah,
and-
it's like I guess in the Western culture, like when you chew, like and you make a sound, it's considered rude.
I hate that sound.
But in Korea,
Could not
it is
stand
not. So you have to make. I can't really put it anything,
Okay,
but
okay,
it's
okay.
just you have to make a nice sound
Like
of
this.
chewing,
Okay.
crisp, like
Is that more like
chicken
a
or
compliment? Like if you do it, is that like a way of expressing this is good?
yes.
Is that how it's
Yes.
perceived?
You
Okay.
try it with
Like-
the water. Yeah. Okay, like that.
Oh, I'm sorry, but like you're slurping.
Make it great sound. Okay.
This is like very
That's your
very
turn.
popular
Your turn.
thing in Korea.
Not sure how I feel about that.
Oh my god!
You're gonna make a good mukbang, I think. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
My
Sound of
mukbang
swallowing.
channel can really take
Oh
off.
yeah.
I mean, that was very. How
Sounded
do I
pretty
say? Yes.
So it's very popular. Yeah. In
So,
Korea right
what
now.
did you, when Joy was talking about what she really appreciated about Korea, and she was talking about the makeup, right?
Mhm.
And so that,
Style of beauty.
yeah,
Their style of beauty,
fashion, beauty,
makeup.
yeah. Is that surprising at all to see that Americans are really also attracted to that, to all the fashion and beauty and makeup and
Not
stuff?
surprising. It's not surprising because we have a really huge beauty industry in Korea. Yeah. So, so because they're a consumer, they're a really big consumer, and that means many Korean women, even me, yeah, we really like many cosmetics. Yeah, always buy cosmetics, and then we put the makeup a lot. Yeah. Nah.
It used to be, like in the 90s, like when you enter university, you are allowed to wear makeup. But now in Korea, like 5th graders wear makeup.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big change.
Yeah.
5th graders
I don't even
and
think I
middle
was allowed
school,
to wear
high
makeup
school,
in
of
5th
course.
grade.
So the industry is so big now.
Yeah.
Like if you compare it to the 90s or early 2000s.
Then what about American teenager? They do
When
the
did
makeup, right?
I mean, mostly I think is females, but it's starting to become males too. But we usually start like not as early as like 5th grade with makeup, like maybe like lip gloss or something, but not like a full face of makeup.
Mm-hmm.
I think that usually starts in high school.
Yeah,
High
high school, I
school.
would say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So like
Oh.
14, 13 maybe,
hmm
the earliest.
And
14,
yeah,
14,
14.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
About-
we
yeah,
do. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like
Around the same time.
mascara
Same
and
time.
eyeliner.
Yeah.
We're not
Mhm.
doing eyeshadow. They're not doing bold,
Mhm.
solid lipsticks.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean? Because that's what I'm picturing when you're like in 5th grade, they're pulling out and doing
5th
makeup.
graders,
Is it
they they want to look, good.
Good.
like the stars that they see.
Yes.
Boyfriend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Girlfriend. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so it's just
right.
the thing.
And is it both boys and girls at that age, or
No,
just the
not
girls?
usually boys. Boys, like I think the guys start to have makeup. Like not all the guys in Korea. Some of the guys who are wearing makeup are like in their 20s and late 20s.
But they do use sunblock.
Mm.
Most
most
of guys. Yeah.
yeah,
You
when they
do,
go
yeah?
out.
Yeah,
You
Sam
do
has
use
to.
sunblock, right?
He'll turn red. Me, not so much. I never wear sunscreen at
You
all.
never wear?
Mm-mm.
Me neither.
Mm.
But
If Jeff's in the sun, he looks like joy. Within a couple days.
I would give it a few weeks. I wouldn't say a couple days.
I show you something. Yeah, on my phone, I posted about yesterday. Yeah, lecture. I had a lecture with Sam, Professor Richard, something like that. I posted, and then I have, can you stat? 142 comments.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, very fast.
Yeah. Now you are like one of the most popular professor in Korea.
Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, this is big.
Really, yeah.
International.
So now I have to go.
There's no man. They're all women.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
There it is. Yeah. No, that's amazing. This is the power, right? It's the
Yeah.
power of
Mhm.
really moving things out.
Yeah.
Can we talk about skin whitening cream and the potential dangers of it?
Yeah, which is now just being talked about, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just noticing, even in the past few weeks, the different organizations are coming out and starting to talk about the dangers of and people always have, but really just recently, people are really saying, no, listen, we're serious about this. And we know that, I think I read about 40% of all Koreans are using, though mostly women, using skin whiteners on a regular basis. So like what we talked about this a bit yesterday. Could you say more about that? It's not the desire to have lighter skin is not the same as what it is here in the United States. It comes from a different place. So maybe you could explain that a little bit.
okay.
You first.
Like I don't large number of women in Korea, they want to have a lighter tone of skin, and it's the culture, I guess, from long time ago, way back. We consider ladies with lighter skin tone to be beautiful, and the guys also want their partners to have a lighter skin. So they put a lot of money into it. And one of the things is the I guess the facial cream, and they even get surgeries.
Whitening cream.
They go to dermatologists to get special treatments and everything. So it's a big industry, but I don't know what kind of chemicals or things that they use in the whitening toners. But they always advertise it as if it is very safe, organic. So I don't really think that they do understand the danger of it. Yeah, but it's the culture. You know, yeah. So every night they spend like 30 minutes to an hour, you know, every day, putting those makeup on or the toners, whatever you call it, you know, to have a lighter skin. But they don't really consider it dangerous because it's for the beauty, and you know, you believe the companies are making a safe product. So I don't think anyone
Is it
would
dangerous?
say. See, look at that! Like MK didn't even know it was dangerous, but like no one would say it is dangerous, and the companies are not saying anything about that. But yeah, I thought it was safe. Yeah, but I guess not.
In what ways are they dangerous? Have there been like cases or skin reactions, or does
In
it
Korea,
cause? Is that
I haven't
what
seen
has
that
been
many
bringing the
incidents,
attention?
Yeah.
you know, reported publicly. So that's why I guess they're, you know, using it continuously. So yeah, I can't really say, you know, which product is actually dangerous for women, but I haven't heard or seen,
Yeah.
you know, public reports saying that it is dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The idea of wanting lighter skin is not coming from the desire to be like Europeans,
No.
to be
No.
like white people in that way. And I think that's what a lot of people in the West misunderstand about.
No. That's the culture.
Yeah.
You know, from like Joseon Dynasty, which is like, you know, 500 years ago. We consider women to have light skin. That's a beauty, you know? So it's not like they want to become a European-looking, you know.
They're trying to become a Korean-looking.
Yeah,
Korean
Korean-looking.
Yeah.
Yes.
But some of some of Korean women, they want tanning, more dark skin.
That's also
Sometimes,
popular.
Yeah, that's also popular.
Yeah.
Right.
Tanning salons are popular.
Just
Tanning
dark
salons
light
are, yeah.
Yeah, very dark.
Would you say so? I think in Korea, the plastic surgery is a big thing. Nose, eyelid surgery, is that separate to the
Very
desire
popular too.
of wanting
We
to
don't
be
even
European
consider
features?
that as a surgery now.
No,
No, it's so common. It is so common.
it's just
Like
just
I would say,
a regular
7 out of
checkup.
10. Yeah, it's just
And walk out with a new nose.
Not even a surgery. Not even a surgery. You know, and they have their eyes done every 3 years. Some celebrities,
Whoa.
because they want to have beautiful eyes, I guess. So it's not even a plastic surgery, we call it.
Is that more connected to the desire of European standards, and the skin lightening is separate? Those aren't synonymous.
No,
understand
I
that.
don't think so.
Yeah.
It's just
It's its own thing.
Korean ladies are
Real
like,
critical about their appearance.
appearance.
Mm.
Diet, hair, skin.
Skin.
Oh yeah, they spent so much money on it.
Mm-hmm.
And Asians are coming to Korea to get that, you know, service
Because
Or-
it's inexpensive and
Yes,
the doctors
the
are really
best.
good at it. But
Yes.
but the nose surgery is often to build up the bridge of the nose
Mhm.
right here, right?
Mhm.
Which is more of a well, it's not just a Western nose. But
Mhm.
where does that come from? Why the idea of a bridge? Yeah, right
Mhm.
there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because we need a center. We need a center on our face, you know? Yeah, like it's very low, and then the eyes is here, and this cheek is just up.
Yeah.
Then so
I think it's
not very
from-
beautiful.
like,
So
women are into beauty, okay,
Uh-huh.
and after our cell phones are so advanced, and
Selfie?
we're taking selfies and we post our photos on Instagram, and when you have like Western looking nose, you look better, right? So I guess it came from that, for a sense. Yes.
Oh, Sam, you have a very westernized nose. Yeah. You have a really great center here, but I don't have.
For those listening on iTunes and Spotify, they're looking. Kim is looking through her
Well, I'm
phone
gonna
with
take a plastic surgery then.
her and
Currently taking
and Sam.
Don't do it,
Yeah,
don't
taking
do it.
selfies.
I need plastic surgery on my nose. Do I need it really? Do you think so? Oh, you mean that means you think I'm ugly? Yeah.
Sam, there is a right answer to this question.
Sam
To
keeps
become
digging
an
himself in the
international
hole.
Star. Yes.
More and more.
This is the pathway.
Okay.
Here's a question then.
Mhm.
When I ask my students, especially Korean students, especially women, I will ask, okay, so when I talk about faces and maybe talk about plastic surgery and skin whitening, if I ask, okay, so who uses skin whitening cream? Rarely will people raise their hands. And I say, I know you do. Of course you do. Maybe I have like 10 Korean women in my class. And I say, okay, come on.
Those are the 10 Korean women who on
Who
the earth
don't
who
use
don't do
skin
it.
whitening cream, right? But they don't want to say yes, or I say, okay, so who's had a surgery? Maybe I should not say surgery because you're saying it's not a
it's
surgery.
What would the
surgery. They don't really
terminology
like the
be?
term.
We don't want to talk about that.
So you don't talk about it.
Yeah, I just want to hide that.
So you
Why
do it.
You have to say yes, even if we had.
Because it's so common.
Yeah.
And still the term
It's a big
plastic
secret.
surgery
It's a big secret.
is not a positive thing
Mm-hmm.
in Korean society.
Mm.
So people often, you know,
Interesting.
I know she did it,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't really say,
No.
okay, so you got your eyes done.
Mm.
And the girls would deny that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh, it's my
naughty. That's
natural
right,
eyes.
Yeah.
It's like, I know she did it.
So is
So-
there a way
Oh,
to
yeah.
ask people then, like if they've had work done, or you just don't?
We don't.
Yeah.
It's considered rude.
Yes,
to
right.
ask.
Yeah. You just
Okay,
say,
that's fair.
you look okay. He got
Different.
she. He's she. Okay. You got plastic surgery. Then I said,
What are you talking about?
"Oh,
All
oh,
natural."
You look a little bit different than before. What? After summer vacation,
I lost
you
some weight.
made
Okay?
lots of doesn't change.
Lost some
But
weight.
you look a little bit different.
Really?
Before. Yeah.
It's the makeup.
You look very beautiful.
I lost some weight. What are you
you-
talking about?
Did you do something on your face?
No, I lost some weight. Okay.
Oh, okay. Like that.
Shaking the bottle of nervousness.
Yes.
I know that, but
I hate you.
never. Yeah, I know that,
Take a
but
sip of
I never
Interesting.
I hate
say
you.
that again. Yeah.
I hate you.
Okay.
So then if I want to have that conversation, I have to start by talking about nunchi and say, okay, I'm going to have
Don't
really
do
bad
it.
nunchi
Yeah.
right
Okay,
now.
right,
I'm going to
yeah.
do something.
Never do that again.
And,
Okay.
and I will.
And Nucci for
Okay.
Don't even go there.
Don't even go there.
Nucci for
I
people who
wouldn't.
didn't watch class is cultural awareness or being able to read a room. So he's going to admit that he's going to read the room incorrectly before asking that question because it's not a good thing to ask or to talk about.
It's just don't go there.
Don't go there.
Don't go there.
Don't
Just,
go
But we often ask the celebrities this question. They criticize, oh, she's got her nose done.
Mm-hmm.
She's got her boobs done, like whatever, right? And some celebrities don't really, I lost weight. And they don't really admit the fact that they have gone through plastic surgery. Yeah, so we don't talk about it, but we know.
But we know.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. There's only the picture before after.
Burn them all. Jeez, I have photos still. Yeah, that's the internet, right? So we can compare the appearance. Yes.
I have a question that's unrelated.
Okay, go ahead.
I just saw an article not too long ago that the oldest member of BTS is about to hit either his last year or he's in his second.
Jin, yes.
His
Yeah.
second to last year before he has to join the military. And some celebrities can skip that; they don't have to go in, or is that not?
That is not true.
So everyone, regardless
military
of status,
service?
Mhm.
Okay.
That is not true.
so everyone, regardless, has to go into the military.
Yes.
For
Yes.
2 years, 4 years.
From like 18 months to 21.
Okay.
Like, it depends on whether you are serving in the Army, Navy, or Air Force. Army 18, I think Navy 20.
18 months.
Yeah.
Right.
And Air Force 21,
20.
22.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's different, but everyone has to go.
Yeah.
If you don't,
There's no exception.
there's no exception.
No
That's
exception.
you are in deep trouble. Korean
Yeah.
people hate.
Hate that. Yeah.
It's pretty-
really,
it's-
really serious,
Serious
issue.
thing. Yeah, it's a serious
It's
issue.
very.
It sounds to me like it's almost treason to not go
Yes.
and unpatriotic to not go.
Yes. Yes.
So
And
for
some of the guys who did are still, hated by
Yeah.
the Korean public.
Mm-hmm.
And this one guy, I can't remember. What's his
Yusung-
name?
Yusung-
Yusung-jun.
Yusung-jun?
Yeah, the guy was very popular in the 90s. Is Korean American.
Mm-hmm.
He promised that he will serve in the military, but he took off.
He came to the U.S.
He's like an American citizen. He was a dual citizen, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He had, 2 citizenships. So he had he has to choose between the two, right? You have to surrender your Korean citizenship, not to, if you don't want to serve in the military. But he made so much money in Korea, right? As a celebrity in Korea, as a singer in Korea. So he said, I'm going to serve in the military. Don't worry about it. He took off. The guy lied to the public. So people are still angry. And he's in his 40s now. He is still not allowed to enter the country.
Yeah.
So he is,
And you're
that's the story.
And you're Canadian Korean.
Yes.
So you're born.
I was born in Korea, and I went to Canada when I was young. So I got my Canadian citizenship in high school. So, there's so many people like me who have immigrated to, other countries, and they have to decide when they're 18 whether they want to surrender their Korean citizenship for the reasons they have. If not, you have to serve in the military.
So you had to serve for.
I did not.
You did not.
I did not.
Didn't surrender or
He's
didn't
a
serve?
Canadian.
I surrendered my Korean citizenship.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was 19.
When you
Okay.
make the decision not to, do you have to uproot from where you are in the world to go back to Korea just to serve?
Like, it's a funny story. Like, I asked my dad, like, Dad, I'm gonna surrender my Korean citizenship. And he said, okay, go ahead. Is there anything that I have to do before that? No, go ahead. So, like, at the time, I was in school. I didn't have any reason to go back to Korea. So I'm going to be here forever in Canada. So I did. But if I were to start my career in Korea, become a politician in Korea maybe, then it's a big thing. Yes, especially
Right.
a politician or a public servant.
Is there something similar that women have to do?
No.
No.
That's not fair.
So it's an issue in Korea.
It's an issue now.
People talk
Yeah.
about it.
So it's just the male Korean, like Korean-born men have to serve in the military. And if you want to become a Korean citizen, like if my male best friend wanted to go move to Korea and become a Korean citizen, he would have to serve in the military there.
I don't think so. If you, you have to be between the age of 18 to 28 to serve in the military. But if you want to become a Korean citizen, there are steps you have to go through.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know how old your friend is, but I don't think so. No.
Yeah. Just a hypothetical.
Thank you for sharing. It's really.
You're welcome. It's a complicated issue.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting. I've had many Korean colleagues. I mean, when I was going through school, graduate school, who had to go back and kind of stop their graduate studies and go back and serve for a couple of years and then come back. Hey, what were some of the comments or things that came up on the stream yesterday that people were wondering about or interested in? Or
I know for what we just filmed, there were some questions. Someone asked if MK has a daughter or children, since we were talking about like empowering women and motivation and stuff. I'm assuming that was where it came from. Asked if you had any kids.
Okay. As a mother, yeah, I'm a terrible mother.
I doubt
That's
that.
the good thing, no? So yeah, that's the good thing. I'm a terrible mother, so that's I mean, I just okay. I just keep their independence. Yeah, the sense of independence. So yeah, I gave them some very big room to play themselves. Yeah, the freedom. Yeah, then they think about themselves, about their future. They have their power, or they're responsible to build their future. Not from me, not from me, but many Korean women, many Korean mom, they have a really great mother, not terrible mother. Okay, so I have a plan for you. Okay, I'm a really smart mother. I'm a really great mother. I just here only for you. So I have this plan. Okay, you have to go to this elementary school, and the next step is this, and next step is and this, and then you go to great university, and then getting married to great man. Okay, and then so have a great apartment, very big apartment. That is the evidence I'm your great mother. It's terrible, no? That's the terrible. So, yeah, I'm a really, really terrible mother for my children, but they have their own life. And that's the important. Yeah.
So is that the standard? What it means to be a good, what it means to be a good mom? You mean like it's expected for you to hand them everything? And you're saying you're not a good mom because you want to instill in your kids their worth ethic and to find their own way? That's not common.
That's not common?
Is that what you're saying? Would you say for
Yeah,
like,
it's not
as an
common in
understanding
Korea.
for
What about
Korea?
in United States? But yeah, it's tiger mom. Yeah, in United States.
Either
Or-
tiger parents or
Terror-
hover
yeah.
parents.
Yeah.
Helicopter.
Helicopter mom.
Yeah.
Always
Yeah.
watching their children. Okay.
So I think what Joy is saying then, you are not common.
Yeah, I'm not
You're-
common. I'm not common.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a terrible
I'm not common.
mom
Yeah.
because you're not directing their lives.
So I have two daughter and one son. Yeah, and so my son, he just dropped out.
Dropped out from high school.
Drop out from his high school. Yeah, and then he was. His major was music. He was musician, music composition, and then his character, his personality is a little bit unique. Not a little bit, very unique, very unique. So he doesn't want to follow the rule of high school. So and then he has he just dropped out his high school and just he's laying down, and then he just always asleep. Yeah, he's always sleep 24 hours. You know that? I don't know why young men have so much sleep.
My little brother is the exact same way.
I'm the
He's
same
24
way.
hours sleepy. Yeah, he's all.
All boys
엄마
do
나
is sleep
졸려.
and eat.
So anyway, so he's sleep. He's 24 hours, and then he just got up 3 p.m. Yeah, and then go to the game. What's it?
PC Cafe.
PC
Like,
Cafe.
PC Cafe.
yeah.
And then
Play League of Legends.
Oh my God.
Yeah, League of
And
Legends is huge in Korea.
And then you come back 3 a.m.
3 a.m.
3 a.m.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, and then his father saw them. He saw him, my
him.
son. So they fight together. So you are a bastard, something like that. You're my son. What are you gonna do for your future? You're not elementary student. You're elementary, yeah. It's a son. What are you doing now? And then he said, okay, blah blah blah. And then he pissed off. Just open his head, yeah. Open his head. Oh my God. His brain is just a boom. And then, okay.
It's exploded.
So I talked with my husband. I said like this. I was like, okay, this is your son. This is my son too. Okay, you always control. You always trying to control him. You always want to become like you because you are really great, have a really great company, and you had a really great job. So you really want to, him to become just like you. But it's unfair to him. It's unfair to him. It's a totally terrible game to him. So what if just think about it. What if my son and your son is like a Jesus Christ? You know? He can be, he could be. Well, what about he is Buddhist? Okay? But it's like Da Vinci or some, what is that? Any artist or philosophy, like Picasso or some Aristotle, something like that. Then we can't totally understand his age 18 because he's another level. So don't think about we have our children, but he's another star. He's another universe. It's another universe. So you must respect your son, not treat like your son. Okay? It's another universe. We are another universe. Just think about that. So I think the many children are just like a star in the sky. Okay? There's no such a thing in the line. First one, second one, third one, like that. So we just have our own place and then twinkling that place. That is normal. That's it. That's the life. So don't push him anymore. If you push him again, and then if you bother to eat something, my son is always eating something 3 a.m. Okay?
Me.
If you really then bother eating 3 a.m., then I'm gonna cut food. I'm not gonna
Give you any food.
Give any food. Okay, then. So.
I'm going to kick you out.
Yeah, kick you out. Yeah. So I just
if you bother my son
pro-
ever again, I'm going to kick you out.
Oh yes.
That's what she
I
said.
just wanted to protect my son's soul. No. So that is
now,
problem.
but now your son.
Oh, great.
So he
He's
changed. He
great.
turned around.
Yes, right.
Or went in a different direction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still playing League of Legends, though, right?
So that is mom. I think that is a really real moms doing like this.
Yeah.
You must protect your son or your daughter, from any, what is that? Any conservative rule, So.
And sometimes you just have to give them the space to figure out their own path. Yeah. I know this is and sometimes it doesn't work out, they never figure out their path. And then they end up being like me. Still looking for it.
So, unfortunately, I think it's time for us to do final thoughts. So for final thoughts, we all go around in a circle and just say whatever is the last thing on our mind. I will go ahead and go first since I've already thought of it, so I can give everyone else some time to think. Final thoughts. Thank you so much for coming, and enjoy the rest of your time in the United States, and safe travels on your way home. I think that the most interesting thing for me with Korea is something that was brought up in the chat was technology, and we talked about it a little bit yesterday in class, but just the advancements that Korea has made in especially just the internet structure of having gigabit internet practically all over most of the major cities, at least, if not most of the country. And the fact that, like, I keep joking about League of Legends, but it seriously is a massive game. In the United States alone, it's huge, but also in Korea, it's so much bigger because they have that infrastructure, and that's allowing for esports to take over in a lot of parts of Asia. And that's going to start coming to the United States. So the U.S., if the government is listening, we need to invest more in our internet structure because that is going to change the world because we are in a technological age.
What do you mean if they're listening? They always are.
Okay, true. True.
Joy, your final
Joy?
thoughts?
Get nice and close.
Honestly, I think what's striking me the most, I don't know if it's because it's the last thing I heard. But it was interesting to hear your notion on how you're parenting. Because for me, and it may or may not be the perspective of most non-Korean people, but the understanding of the curriculum throughout Southeast Asia, or specifically in Korea, with how vigorous it is and the amount of stress that is put on the students and being involved and excel in their academics and to do plus that with extracurricular. If we had more time, I was going to ask, how did you feel about yesterday's class? You had mentioned about the industry of K-pop, how there are kids who are recruited, they may be doing it once they're 12 years old, and have 16-hour days and working and dancing and stuff, and how you'd feel about that.
Okay.
But it's interesting, given that you are an older person, that is your perspective and ways about going through that with your relationship with your children, specifically not to embed conservative methods, even though that may not have been your own upbringing, and that you were able to get out of that. And I think that's really cool.
The niche. No nickname this week.
So, this week I learned that Korea is cool. It really is interesting to see like the differences. I mean, like we talked about like the makeup industry, and we talked about like pop culture there. So, I'm looking forward to getting into like more into Korean culture.
I'll help you.
Yes, Joy will help me.
Joy's going to send her a K-pop playlist.
But next time you see me, hopefully it will be in Korea, and hopefully I'll be fluent in the language from all the stuff that Joy sends to me. So those are my thoughts. Also, I always say this for every podcast. We are sponsored by World in Conversation, so go out in the world and conversate. Also, drink your water. Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated.
Great.
Onto the table.
Well, I just like to say good to be here, and this is a great experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. We started this tour last Saturday. We arrived very late in the evening. We were so tired, right? 14-hour flight, and there's a time difference. But sitting in your class gave me a lot of energy. And discussing about the Korean culture and sharing our thoughts, it's just the greatest experience.
Yes, yeah.
So this is going to stay with me for a long time. So I thank you and thank all of the staff here.
Yes.
Yes. And I'm going to give you a big round of applause. Thank you.
Thanks for having me here today. And I think this is the great, the most memorable moment in my life. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, thank you, Sam.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you guys. Yeah.
A stream team.
Yeah, thank you, the stream team. They're
Fabulous.
really great.
Sam,
expert.
your final thought?
Yeah, I think I will say it's been a really, really lovely couple of days, and quite lovely. In fact, it's been almost just about 24 hours since we officially met. Yeah, and I'm really, really happy. Yesterday was a great class. It really was one of those special classes that stands out for me also. It has so many, year after year after year, but there are always those few that really stand out. So that was lovely, and and I'm quite anxious to meet up next time in Seoul.
Yeah, it's so great.
In May.
2020.
You know my birthday's in May, and a great birthday present.
Oh,
It'd be 2 plane tickets.
Stream team retreat to Korea.
We need this stream to get much more popular for that to happen. I think that is it for this episode. Thank you, TLT, for allowing us to invade your space and use the Dreamery. A beautiful background. If you listen only on audio, I highly recommend to check out the audio or the video version on the YouTube channel, because the background and everything about this place is awesome with technology. Thank you again for coming, and we will see you next time.
Okay.
Do good today.
Right.
Peace.
Thank you.
And we have a siren
Ah,
to lead us off.
Do good today, people. Bye.
bye. Thank you.